Hi, this is Sarah Schachterly, and welcome to my third set of book critiques for EDU 318. For this set of book critiques, I decided to focus on historical fiction or books that were set in the past. The first book is Little Town on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and this was a Newbery Honor book, like many other books in the series. This was one of my favorite series as a child, and I think girls in my classroom will enjoy this book especially. And resistant readers can enjoy this series, as over time, they read about the characters growing up and want to read the next book in the series. These books also contain historical information about westward expansion that could be incorporated into the curriculum. The second book is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and this won the Bisto Book of the Year award. I think this might be a good way to introduce the topic of the Holocaust to my students, but I wonder about its appropriateness as the main character and his best friend both die at the end. However, I think it contains valuable themes of friendship that could make it a worthwhile read. The third book is Out of the Dust by Karen Hess, and this was a Newbery Award winner. The novel is entirely written in first-person free verse, so I think it could be used as an intro to poetry or as part of a unit on poetry. It deals with a lot of tough topics, like the death of the main character's mother, but ends on a hopeful note, which makes it a more appropriate read for students. This book also contains historical events, such as FDR's New Deal, that could be easily incorporated into the curriculum. The fourth book is Jacob Have I Loved by Katherine Patterson, and this is also a Newbery Award winner. The title is a reference to Jacob and Esau in the Bible because the story is about a sibling rivalry, which is a relatable subject for a lot of students. It takes place near the Chesapeake Bay, which is where I'm from, so I found this a very exciting read when I was a child, and if I teach in the same district, I think my students will also find it exciting. My feature book for this set of book critiques is part of the Scholastic book series Dear America, and the title is My Heart is on the Ground. It is the story of a Sioux Indian called Nanny Little Rose, who is forced to attend a school in order to assimilate into American culture, and it is told entirely from her diary entries. I think this could be a very new experience for some students and motivate them to read. It highlights a controversial point in American history that can be a valuable teaching moment, and I think that reading about her experiences can enhance students' empathy. Kind of going along with the theme of empathy, I can incorporate this book into a language arts lesson. I would ask students to create a class diary of their reactions to a prompt using the tool called Cliptomize. I have an example here of what I would want them to create. The prompt I would ask them to respond to is as follows on the right. Pretend your parents told you tonight that you would live at a school many miles away, where the teacher spoke a different language, worshipped different gods, and treated you harshly. Write 3 journal entries for the day your parents tell you about this school. 1 for the day you leave, the day you arrive, and at the end of 1 week. How do your feelings compare to Nanny Little Rose's, to your other classmates? And on the left I have an example of the diary entries. The second content area I think this book could be used in is social studies. I would break students into groups of 3 to 4 and ask them to research a different Indian tribe each. Then I would ask them to create a biteable video about this tribe's culture, including aspects such as education, trade, food, religion, and dress. I have an example using the Sioux Indian tribe here. Thank you for watching my third set of book critiques. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.